played at Virginia, and which impact has Coach Bennett in your career and in your personal life?
Yeah, no, huge impact. He's kind of shaped the way I go about how I work, how I view the game in terms of intelligence, and just in my life in general. He's like one of the most genuine people I've ever met. So he was able to actually bring me in as a family, and I appreciated that. So it helped me get to where I am now.
Funny question. When you signed the contract for Milan, is it true you were in Walmart with your family?
Yep, I was in Walmart.
And what was the reaction?
Well, no, that's not when I signed it, but when I got the contract, when I found out I was getting the contract, I was in Walmart with my mom and my dad, actually. I was back home, and my dad was like, after I got the contract, he was like, oh, congrats. Now get the waters. But it was
enthusiastic reaction.
Yeah, it's just that's what I expect from my dad, so it's all good.
Okay, and what is your reaction?
I was excited. No, I was excited. I knew how big of an opportunity it would be, so I was really excited.
Your father is a coach. Your brother is a coach in football, if I'm not wrong. Has this an impact for your career and for your building a professional career?
For sure. My dad coached me my last 2 years of my high school career, and he was very, very tough on me. So I think, it was like tough love. When I was in it, it was difficult for me to deal with, but on the outside looking in and looking back in the past, it probably was the best for me. I can probably play for any coach in the world because of what I went through with my dad. But no, love him to death. That was a big impact on my career.
Virginia wins the national championship in 2019, and you were there to support them.
Yes. Yeah.
Could you explain which is the relationship between the player and their alma mater? In Europe, it's
very
not
different.
Easy to understand. Which is the relationship?
In Europe, it's different because there's not really college in terms of college basketball. So, but in order to be there to support that group of guys, that was big. That was huge for me, just because the year before that I was there, and we had a tough loss. We were a good team. We had a tough loss, and we had a historic loss, so to speak. But no, the relationship that you build with that college family and with the younger guys that are there, you just want them to succeed. You want them to do well. So being able to go there and see them win was I felt like I won it, even though I was watching and supporting them.
This is the most difficult feeling to understand for me, for all passionate around you.
For sure, because I spent 5 years at Virginia, so it was like home, and then you see them succeed at that level. It's the highest of the highest, the biggest championship you can win at that level.
You make trash talking with teammates about NCAA tournament.
Yeah, I mean, of course that comes natural. You know what I mean? Just some of the pro teammates that I was playing with, of course. But I was more so just happy for the UVA guys.
You were selected by Oklahoma City Thunder. Which emotion you had in that moment, and what do you feel?
I was very, very, very excited. Of course, everybody, like when you're a guy in college, you want to play in the NBA. You want a chance to play in the NBA, I should say, or to be able to get drafted and to see your name there on the TV. And my family, I had a small gathering of family because I didn't know if I was going to be drafted or not. So I just wanted people I was close to be there, and my name came up, and I was very, very excited.
Way better reaction than the sign with Olimpia Milano.
It's just different, man. That was me fresh out of college. Okay. So it's just like, yeah. I mean, that year I ended up going and playing in Australia anyway. So, but it's just a different feeling, a very different feeling.
I've seen an interview you made with Oklahoma City Thunder. You said, I take defense very seriously. Yeah. It's a particular aspect of your game throughout all of your career. Where it comes from?
Probably from Virginia, because when I was there, we were the best defensive team in the country. My coach took defense very seriously, so I kind of adapted that mindset, being able to take it seriously, and not letting people score is It feels good. So
more than your bucket.
I mean, when you stop somebody from scoring, it feels amazing. But obviously, you got to score the ball to win the game. So so it's like I said, a different feeling. But no, I enjoy playing it.
When you take the decision to go abroad and go to Bamberg or in the European basketball?
Yeah. When did I do it?
When and why?
Well, so we came out of the bubble. I was in the NBA bubble with Oklahoma City, and I went into free agency, and nothing really happened. I didn't really get any real opportunity anywhere else. So my agent was like, "Well, I mean, we can try overseas," and I was never against trying. I wanted to see what the European market had. And Bamberg was a good opportunity. So I was like, okay, well, let's see how it goes.
Could you say a funny stuff about Steven Adams? He's a great guy.
Incredible guy. No, incredible guy. But like he never wore socks. He always used to walk around with just flip-flops on and no socks. And he would come and it would be freezing outside. The best though. He's the best guy to be around.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when you play in Bamberg, you play playmaker, you play pick and rolls, you play defense, you have to score, you have to go all around. Yeah. Do you think you have improved in every aspect of this game in that season?
Yeah, for sure. I think being able to, well, first of all, I think being versatile is important. It's important for me. I think my value raises your value raises once you're able to be versatile. But going to Bamberg, being able to do those amount of things on that one team was for sure helpful for my game. I got to make mistakes. You know, I make mistakes. I'm able to learn from those mistakes. I got to do things well. You learn from the things you do well. So, I mean, I was thankful for that opportunity for sure.
When Olimpia Milano knocked at your door at the first time?
I can't remember exactly, but I know it was the summer. I had broke my wrist, and I had surgery, and I was recovering from it. But I had spoke on the phone with Coach Messina, and we talked on FaceTime just to get to know each other and speak. And then not too long after that, I got set the contract. You know.
You said to Kyle Hines in one podcast, Messina yelling at you for a reason, and sometimes, often he's right.
Yeah.
He's a very demanding coach.
For sure.
Which are the most important aspect and the worst moment you have when you have a demanding coach? You have a good moment and bad moment, but have a demanding coach is good 360 degrees, I suppose.
For sure. I think you need, for me, and personally, I think I need a challenge. So he creates that. So if I make mistakes and he is on me about it, and he's trying to teach me, that creates the challenge for me. So I'm able to learn from that and get better from it. But I think you have to be able to listen and be open to learning. Because you don't know everything. This is the highest level of European basketball. This is one of the best coaches ever in European basketball. So if you come into the situation thinking you know everything, it's probably the wrong idea. You want to listen and be able to take as much as you can.
And how do you evaluate your progress as a player? You play an outstanding first season, and the fans expect you the same or more. What are you looking for the future?
Just to get better. I think it's important to just continue to get better. You grow in every area of your game. You obviously want to win more. So just being able to get better, embrace this Italian culture, embrace this organization, and get better. I think every year you want to take a step up and get better.
We are looking at you a Shavon Shields-like trip. You as a player have similarities with Shavon. He helps you in a certain way for developing your game.
For sure, we're very close. We talk all the time. We talk about the nuances of the game, where you can get better shots, where I should maybe be more aggressive, or look at this read, or whatever the case may be. But we bounce thoughts off each other's head all the time. We're very close.
You prefer to play off the ball or with the ball? As a personal preference?
It just depends. I think, depending on how the game is going. I think that's more so why I'm able to do multiple things, because being versatile. Let's see how the game is going. Okay, if I'm better on ball today, depending on the matchups, all right, cool. If I'm better off the ball today, depending on matchups, all right, let's see how that works.
What are the aspects of your game you have to improve most in the foreseeable future?
Consistency shooting-wise, I think for sure has to be better. Obviously, at the start of this season, I'm not shooting well at all. But just continue to shoot with confidence and continue to work on my game with that. And decision-making coming off pick and rolls and finishing for sure.
This is a tough one. I've already done with Dishon. You have to name the worst 5 player to defend against.
The worst 5 player?
Yeah, in EuroLeague, obviously. If not,
most difficult, Larkin for sure. His speed, it's difficult to defend. Mike James, just because his shot-making ability is difficult. Mitchich, of course, just because of his shot-making ability and his strength. Clyburn is difficult to guard too, just because he can pose, he can shoot it, he can get to the rim. I mean, Siobhan Shields is hard to guard too. So yeah.
The last one is a funny one. A group of our friends who are Olimpia fans found a Brigata. Is a group of guys who likes in particular a player.
Okay.
Two years ago was Kevin Panther, and last year the Brigata is given to Devon Hall.
Okay.
Brigata Devon Hall. Could you say hi to Brigata Devon Hall?
Hey, Brigata Devon Hall. How are you?
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a free beer probably tomorrow.
Oh, good. Awesome, man. Nice to meet you.